You may consider filing for bankruptcy if you're at a position where you're unable to pay your debts. Either you're drowning in credit card debt or other unsecured debt that you're unable to pay and you may want to seek a discharge, or if you're behind on your home mortgage payments in foreclosure and want to seek a payment plan where you can reinstate the mortgage, that might be a time to consider filing bankruptcy. Since they amended the laws in 2005, not everyone can now qualify for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, the simple liquidation version. The first question that you have to ask is whether you're above or below the median income for a family of your size. You can consult your local bankruptcy court website for that information or seek a bankruptcy attorney in your area to determine if you might qualify for a Chapter 7. Now, if most of your debt is business debt, which we're seeing more often these days where people have invested in real estate, investment real estate, not their own homes, and they're upside down because of the decline in the real estate market. Those individuals, even though they may have high income, may still qualify for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy.
You need to be very, very careful with the investors that come to your house to speak to you about saving your home from foreclosure. The reason is they're not trying to save your home, they're trying to make money. The way they do this is by what we call foreclosure rescue scams. They will take title to your home, and when they take title to your home, you're out of control and they're in control. And they could evict you at any given moment. A lot of times what they'll do is they'll offer you a lease for a period of time, usually 6 months to 12 months, and an option to repurchase your home back. Sometimes they'll disclose the amount that you have the right to buy the home back for, and sometimes they just say fair market value. The problem with this is even if they tell you that they're only going to charge you $20,000 more than what they're paying out, there's fine print usually in the documents that they give you that say they're going to add costs and expenses to it. And also because they charge you rent, you're losing the rental money. They don't apply that money toward your option price.
Well, the first thing you need to know in the short sale is please don't try to do this by yourself. Now, I know there are a lot of people out there in the world that are confident that they can do things by themselves, but guess what? This isn't something you need to do. This is something you really need to seek a professional. When I'm sick, I go to a doctor. When your house needs to be sold, I suggest you call a realtor who knows what they're doing in this particular instance. Not all realtors want to deal with short sales. A lot of people that deal with realtors will say, I don't want to deal with a short sale for the simple fact it's difficult to deal with. It's not an easy process by no means. Hiring the right professional as far as a realtor is extremely important to you because when it comes down to negotiating of price and everything else, you need the best person out there that can help you.
The way that credit works is this. The credit report is nothing more than a flag to a creditor to let them know if you're a high risk at this moment or a low risk. So obviously the more recent an occurrence, the more risk you represent to that creditor. So a bankruptcy obviously impacts your credit tremendously in a negative way, but more important is how recently was that. If it's recent, it's gonna affect you tremendously. If it's been 2 or 3 years, it's gonna affect you less. The good news about credit is this: credit is constantly evolving. It doesn't, if you have something or an occurrence in your credit that was negative and is impacting you, with time it will improve. Bankruptcy, whether it's foreclosure, whatever it is, late payments, it will improve with time. The most important thing is to try to get back on track and make your payments on time.
As we go through the process of foreclosure, bankruptcy, this can take a toll on one's self-esteem. Not only that, very often there are feelings of guilt and shame associated with still owing money that you were not able to repay. It's very important to find a way to deal with these emotions so that they don't have a negative effect on your self-esteem. One of the things that we've learned that's very helpful is really to separate yourself from your monetary and wealth. In other words, to identify and have your identity placed in the person that you are, not in what you have, but more in who you are and what you do and what you stand for as a person.